too sweet. Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your too sweet travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for a Friday night video. And it's Friday, gotta get down on Friday, something for the weekend. Yeah. Alright, it's the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Friday, November the 7th, 2025. Thank you all for watching on this Friday night. Right here, on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there, inside of my pants, which is too sweet as well. Ladies, you know what to do. But anyway, subscribe to my channels all down below in the description box, otherwise known as my pants. Do it now. Leave a comment on the video if you like, but if you leave stupid comments, you can pretty much kiss my ass and get out of here, because you'll be sent to the Shadow Realm. Satan and Ozzy will eat your soul after carving you up into itty-bitty pieces, or as the great Scott Hall would say, carve you up, chico. Pretty much. So, don't do it here. Go do it on your dead channel that nobody gives two flying fucks about. And if you don't like getting blocked and hidden, too bad. Deal with it, bitch. And that's it. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because you miss anything, well, what are you going to do? You're pretty much SOL. You know what that means by now. I think you should know. If you're a long-timer here on YouTube, or if you're just getting on YouTube and you don't know what SOL means, dude, look it up. And that's pretty much it. And for our first-time viewers, if you've never been on my channel before and you're thinking about subscribing, well, please do. Don't hesitate. You know, it's your prerogative. If you want to subscribe to my channel, go ahead. If you don't, I don't care. But it is what it is. But when you do subscribe to my channels, ladies and gentlemen, as we say in the business, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab your nice, tasty, cold one. Straight Pepsi. Because we don't drink here. Not all the time, but sometimes. But grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, well, get out of here. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got SmackDown coming up at the top of the hour. Should be a pretty show from the Bonseckers Arena in South Carolina. I believe it's Greensboro or Greenville, something like that. And we got a pretty interesting show. We got Ilya Dragunov the Tsar in his U.S. Open title challenge. Who's going to be the opponent? Probably the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa, or it could be somebody else. We don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that. We're going to hear from, sadly, Cody! MDK Cody! You bitch! No! So let's see what he has to say after successfully defending his unified title, or undisputed title, against Drew McIntyre at Saturday Night's main event. You know, he cheated. He should own up to that shit. I had to do what I had to do! So we're going to hear from him, and there has been reports that a certain guy named Mr. Black might be his next opponent. I'm interested. Now, Poppy Priest is going to get involved in that whole fiasco, so get ready for that shit. But we'll see what happens with that. We're going to hear from Jade Cargill, the new Women's Champion of SmackDown. We're going to hear from her, what she has next. We do have women's action. We got Horseface Charlotte Flair taking on Nia Jax. That should be interesting. And a whole lot more on your 2-hour cure for insomnia on your Friday night. And that's SmackDown. And we got on that. But, yeah, SmackDown's not going to have a lot of people there tonight. From what I've heard, almost there was 9,000 people. Not a sellout, per se, because that building holds 15,000 people, and they can barely sell it out. WWE attendance has gone way down, and the ratings are gone way down. I wonder why! Hunter? Do you have some explaining to do? You know what that means? Get the title off Cody now! Because he's boring as fuck for 20 minutes. So, Greensboro, South Carolina. Do you want to hear me talk for 20 fucking minutes? Pretty much. No, I don't want to hear you talk for 20 minutes, you missionary-style promo bitch. Every fucking week's the same fucking shit with you, Cody. Stop. Makes me want to vomit. Ugh. Oh yeah, I forgot Julia's defending her Women's United States title tonight against the president, Chelsea Green. As much as I love Julia, her reign is shit. It needs to end tonight. I'm sorry. We need Chelsea Green back as United States champion. What is this? Oh. I was like, what is that? I thought we were going to start SmackDown early. It's like, we got 13 minutes left. We got a John Cena movie on now. Ugh. Called Blockers, where they're talking about, cock blocking people, basically. Yeah. Great, a movie about cock blocking. Oh, yeah, for John Cena in it. The biggest cock blocker of them all. Even though Nikki Bella broke through his force field. Go figure that one out. Yeah. She breaks through his force field and basically says, well, if you don't marry me, I'm done. And then he's like, okay, I'll marry you at WrestleMania. How long did that last? Not a couple months? And now he's with his actual new wife. And it's actually going pretty well, like John, right? How long is that gonna last? I think they've been together for what, like a year or two? But he's got all these standards, man. I don't know, any woman would want to get with John Cena and all his, monotonous weirdness. I don't want to have kids. I love the kids. I don't want to have them, though. What kind of woman would want to sign a freaking, like, a prenup or something, just to get with John Cena? That makes no fucking sense to me. At all. Hey, but if you want to just get with John Cena to, ride his cock, but, I mean, it's great and all, but, you better make sure he has a cap on. Shit. You get pregnant by John, you're fucked. You think he's gonna want to have a little rugrat around? Doubt that. I don't know, maybe since he's getting clear near 50, maybe his mind has gone, in a different direction with, having kids and stuff. But, who knows? Maybe, some kids don't want to have, some guys don't want to have kids. Some girls don't want to have kids. It's the way it is. Not a, whatever. Okay, I'm going way off. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I digress. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, who cares about this movie? Anyway. Yeah. I just went way off, and I just went, but you're still watching. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you had a great Friday. A little bit warmer here in the Northeast today. Gonna be warm for the next 2 days, and then pretty much downhill. Break out the winter jackets. Now, this morning, I had to break out my winter jacket. I had to go to the doctor today. It was cold. It was cold, but by the time I got home, it was, getting warm, so I had to, take it off. I had my hoodie on. But, yeah, it's supposed to rain, overnight tonight, and then tomorrow, and then most of tomorrow, and then on and off this weekend. And then 42 degrees in the shade on Tuesday. Oy. That's that. But, yeah, snow might be coming to the Northeast after Thanksgiving. Oh. I am not getting ready for this winter because I heard we're getting a lot of snow pretty much in all December. Most of December. I don't think my back, as broken as it is, can take it. I got a lot of snow melt, that's the only good thing. Bad thing is, my back is shot. But, gotta do what you gotta do. And we move on. Speaking of Thanksgiving, we're 20 days away from Thanksgiving. So under 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. And with the government shutdown still going on, I don't even know if people are gonna be buying a bird or any type of food for Thanksgiving. And who knows if you're gonna see your loved ones this holiday season with with all the cancellations and delays at the airports. Nobody's getting paid. It's just insane. And then Donald Trump, the great man that he is, lies to his teeth, saying, "Oh, eggs and gas is low." Bullshit, right? I love Trump. I mean, he is kind of a hypocrite at times. Eggs are $2. Oh, where is eggs $2? I want to know. I'd love to go to that state or wherever that is to get eggs for $2. Or gas for $2. Gas right now is $3. Eggs, still around $6-7 a carton. Oy. He said everything's going down. I haven't seen it. No wonder everybody's mad. At him. Everybody's mad at him. They're mad at the Republicans for, all this shit going on with the shutdown. They're blaming Trump, blaming the Republicans. But it's the Democrats' fault for the shit. Because they can't coexist. Never happened. Oh, I want this. I want this. Chuck Schumer, that old fart, needs to get out. Hakeem Jeffries needs to get out. All these Democrats need to get fired. But that's the way America is. That's the way the world works. You can't get everything you want. Like that great Rolling Stones song, you can't get what you want. I mean, pretty much anything. Including sex. But I digress on that. Anyway, moving on. But, like I said, hope everybody had a great Friday. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll get through it. And getting ready for the holiday season. Can't wait for that. Alright, before we get to SmackDown, let's quickly go to the return of your TNA Impact Wrestling and Ring of Honor reviews for November the 6th, 2025. Alright, we're going to get into Impact Wrestling, which is finally, well, it's not really a new show, but next week, next Thursday, this coming Thursday, I should say, that too, this Thursday is live, and then, we're gonna be, going through some, tapings pretty soon, and, next Friday is, Turning Point, so we got that, and then December the 5th is the final event of the year. I forgot the name. I think it's, Against All Odds, I forget. But, yeah, lots of stuff on December the 5th. We got SmackDown, Final Battle for Ring of Honor, and TNA, their final event of the year. And then the day after that is more tapings. So, that's going to go through most of the end of the year. Maybe into next year, where we start the year off with Genesis, where we don't have a date yet and in place, so. But we're getting there. We are getting there, but anyway, let's get to last night's show, and we start off, and by the way, our commentary team, Tom Phillips and Matthew Waywalt, otherwise known as Aiden English, who thinks every day is Rusev Day! If every day was Rusev Day, it'd be great, Well, great for CJ Perry, you know why. Rusev smash CJ Perry, pussy! Yeah! Pretty much. And we get that. Alright, so we start the show with Santino Walala, you son of a gun! He says, we're still dealing with the effects of Bound for Glory, but we're back live next week, but on the show, we're gonna have Open Fight Night! Baby! Pretty much. So Open Fight Night returns for some challenges and challengers. Alright, so we get that. Then we get Brian Myers, everybody's favorite person in the whole wide world, next to Matt Cardona. Brian Myers says that he and Eddie Edwards want the tag team titles back, so they're starting against the Great Hands. That's, I believe, Skylar and Hotch. So, we got that. So we get to that match where the Great Hands are in the same match with Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, along with Alicia Edwards at ringside. They take on, Tasha Steelz is there with the Great Hands. The Northern Armory are there with good old EY, or Grandpa Eric Young. It was a pretty decent match, nothing great, but under 13 minutes, and basically it was the System versus Order 4 all over again. I mean, come on! How many times do we have to see the same tag teams revolve? It's insane. But anyway, Eddie hits the Boston Knee Party on John Skyler. 1, 2, 3, they get the win. And I guess they're going for the tag team titles. And your food is ready, ladies and gentlemen. So I forgot to shut off my alarm. But we got that. SmackDown's about to start in a couple minutes. And we got that. So I might go into a little bit of SmackDown while I finish off this review. Alright, so the System get the win, and looks like they're getting a tag team title shot soon. And that's that. Match was alright, 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we find out from that Jody Dredd wants to fight my girl Dani Luna again. So, Spitfire, who broke up months ago, are fighting again. We'll get to that match in a minute. Alright, then we get the Elegance brand. They're on a search for their Mr. Elegance. Wait a minute, what happened to George the Iceman? What happened to Personal Concierge? Did he get fired? Did I miss something? We see Ash by Elegance. Oh, anybody see that video? That video made me cry. It's on YouTube somewhere. But she talks about getting released by WWE, coming into TNA, thanks to Tommy Dreamer of all people, becoming the champion, and then she talks about how and why she relinquished the title and what happened. It's a gut wrencher. Oh, but so we see that was taped way in advance, way long time ago. Like we needed a nap to see that. Anyway, we get that. Oh, I forgot this movie showed John Cena's ass. Now that picture can't, it's out of my, Anyway. Alright, so we get to Dani Luna and Jody Dredd. It was a pretty long match for a knockouts match. 14 minutes and change. Dani Luna hits Lunar Landing to get the win over her former friend and former tag team champion and partner, Jody Dredd. So, there you go. Match was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Yeah. Alright, after that, Cedric Alexander, being a smart man, wants to fight the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Mike Santana. Okay. I don't know if it's for the title, but smart man there, Cedric. Go after the champ. Why not? What do you got to lose? Alright, then we see the documentary on Dana Brooke, which is basically Ash by Elegance, including a look at her retirement. Like I said, it is a gut-wrencher. Oh, it is so sad. It'll make you cry uncontrollably. It's just sad. For a person that I never really liked that much, in Dana Brooke, because she kept getting rammed, She was just basically there on WWE, then she got the 24/7 title, back and forth with Truth, It was just weird, and then she's basically in Titus Catering, baking cookies and everything. Then she got a little bit of a push, which I thought was nice, near the end, before they released her. She was starting to get good. I was like, okay, so Dana Brooke's getting actually good now. I'm invested, I'm interested in this. And then she gets released, goes to TNA, and basically tells Hunter, Nick Khan, and everybody in WWE, fuck you! one of the best knockouts in that division at the when she was there, for the time she was there, and she beats Jordan Grace to win the title, and then sadly had to relinquish the title for I forgot what reason. I think she had something come up, some family thing, or I forget. I missed it because I was crying so much. I forgot why she retired, but just watch it. It's just sad. All right. Final Resolution's coming up. That's the December event. So it's gonna be our good friend Nick Nemeth or Dolph Ziggler and Mike Santana. We're in El Paso, Texas, SA, kind of near where Eddie Guerrero used to live. Well, he lived. You know what I mean. Oh, no. Cody. Thank God I'm not watching SmackDown right now, because Cody's coming out to bore me for 20 minutes. You know, I got a 2-minute freaking recap of Saturday Night's main event where we retained. So by 8:30, he'll be done, hopefully. Or maybe less, I hope, but here he comes. Adrenaline in my soul, Cody Rhodes, cause boring promos, that's why the fans don't wanna see this bum. No! Yeah, clip that. Go ahead. Like, see if I care. Anyway. Alright, so Mike Santana and Dolph Ziggler were in El Paso to hype up Final Resolution coming up in December, with the tapings the next day on December 6th and 7th. The 5th, 6th, and 7th, they're going to be in El Paso, so there you go. So all you Cowboys out there, you might get scared that weekend. Look at that. Speaking of El Paso, we get some matches from earlier in the year that I really didn't care about. So one of them is the Colons, not Bartolo Colon. But when I go out to the club, there's only one cologne I wear, and that's Bartolo Colon. It smells great. Anyway, so yeah. So Eddie and Eddie Colon and I forgot the other guy's name. Anyway, so the Colones, Eddie and Primo and Eddie basically take on the Hardy Boys. Jeff Hardy, dude. And Broken Matt Hardy, yes! Wonderful! They're going for the tag team titles at that time. And, as we all know, if you didn't watch it, the Hardy Boys won, obviously. They won in under 11 and a half minutes as the table was used. After fixing the table, Swanton puts Eddie through the table. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. That's it. And then the Hardy Boys celebrate with the fans, and that's it. So I didn't have to rate that because it was an old school match. Then we go to Open Fight Night 2 from 2012. Wow. For the TNA World title, we got Rose's favorite person in the whole wide world, Bobby Roode. Yes, Bobby Roode takes on the phenomenal AJ Ben Hair Styles. Well, he had short hair at the time, before he grew it out to be a soccer mom. Oh no. Here he goes. Say it. Say your super line. No, I don't want to hear you for 20 minutes. That's why I put you on mute. Anyway, this was a great match from 13 years ago, when TNA was, at this time, TNA, I think it was, during the Hogan Bischoff era. I mean, this match was freaking great. Bobby Roode retained the title, but we only saw like 8 minutes. Why do we see 8 minutes of this match? It was a 21-minute classic. Carlos? I don't know there, but still a great match. And Bobby Roode was a great TNA champion. So was AJ at the time, too. But we move on. Alright, then we're going to look at Kaylani Jordan, him, retained the knockout title on NXT, earning her a spot at Gold Rush to take on Xia Li and Jordan Grace. Big Mama Pump. We got that. As she retained over Tyra May Steele. Obviously, we saw that. Then we get a sit-down interview with her. She's tired of doing things the right way and getting treated badly as a result. She's already beaten a bunch of challengers, and the results will be the same at Gold Rush coming up a week from Tuesday, or whenever that match does happen. It's either the 18th or the 25th, because it's a two-week event. Yeah, but I thought it was a pretty damn good promo. And that's it. Anyway, before the match with Tyra May Steele, when she came out and pretty much said, "You're not fans, you're followers," and I thought that was great. He's like, "I don't give a fuck about you fans, fuck you. You know, why do I have to get treated like shit because I'm the TNA Women's Champion? Oh, you're a traitor! I didn't sell in, I didn't sell out, I sold in." Or the ever-popular Jason Newsted line. Yeah, damn right we sell out. Every single night, on every single show we do. That's why Metallica sells out every fucking show. I mean, come on. By the way, man, there is a album that just came out. It's a tribute to Metallica's Kill 'Em All. It has Motorhead on it. You know, let me kill myself for Motorhead. We play rock and roll. Rock out with your cock out. Alright. I don't know what song they do on that album. Megadeth on their final album is doing. Well, the lights went out. Sabu! Oh, Aleister Black just came out. Okay, that's why they're starting the feud with Aleister Black now. And Selena. Not Selena Vega, it's now Selena. She looked good. She really does look like Sindel from Mortal Kombat 2. With the stripe on her hair. She's looking mighty fine. Can't believe Tommy N gets to bang that ass. Should have been me. Me! Damn it. Me! Yeah, but we're gonna start this feud with Aleister Black and Cody over the world title, and Poppy's gonna get involved somehow. So, we get that. Alright, so, but like, going back to Kalani, I love the promo. I loved it, so, we'll see what happens with her as we go to Gold Rush. And that's that. So, let me move on. Alright, then, we see Ash, my audience! She's in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. A great city, like Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The only good places in Canada. Not like Montreal! Oh, I'm sorry. She's looking for Mr. Elegance, which appears to be involving watching pre-show tryout matches. And nobody impresses them. So they're looking for this guy, some guy, to be their Mr. Elegance. I don't know what this is. Kind of reminds me of Meat. Back in the day, you know, what was his name? Not Sean, I was thinking Sean Stacey. I think it might be him, but I forget. Remember when, I think it was Jacqueline, Miss Jackie, if you follow along. There was Miss Jackie and Terry Runnels were going after him, and they were just, they found him, and they were like flaunting over him. They called him Meat. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Holy shit. Oh, Cody didn't have to talk for like 20 minutes. Talk for about 8 minutes. In between Aleister Black coming out and saying, "Oh, I wanna fight you." Alright, that's gonna be the main event tonight. Cody versus Aleister Black, I guess. Then we got Horse Race Charlotte Flair and Miss Bliss coming into the arena. Now Jade coming in, showing off her nice Jamaican flag. You know, after Hurricane Melissa just ran through that island, basically tore it to shreds, and then went to Cuba, tore that island to shreds. I feel bad for the people of, hopefully Jamaica and Cuba, getting relief and everything. Now, Ilya Dragunov and Tama Tonga, another stare down like they did that last week, but we didn't hear Tama Tonga go, yeah. Don't feed that guy after midnight. He turns into a fucking gremlin. So. Oh! Okay, I'm fine. Alright, so Ash and the Elegance brand are looking for, I guess, their piece of meat, if you will. Mr. Elegance. Might be some weird dude, like, some weird dude they find. I don't know who it is, but anyway, moving on. Oh, Ilya's here to take on somebody. Alright, so Bazaar is here! Yeah! You! Wait, you're not Hogan, stop. You, brother! Brother. Thank you, Terry. No, not you, and not you, Mr. Funk. I was a Hulk. Okay, Terry, not now. Not this time. Don't tell me to stop! Well, it's my show. You stop. I know you're a hardcore legend in Japan, but not now. Moving on. Alright, then we get to Mike Santana taking on Cedric Alexander. Santana doesn't have the belt here, so it just had to be, again, from before Santana won the belt. This was actually a great match. 15-minute match. Santana wins after they trade roll-ups for a near falls. And then Santana hits spin the block. 1, 2, 3. He gets the win. And I loved it. And that's pretty much it for TNA. Just like a semi-recap, but, with some old stuff from 2012 and some old matches from months ago. So really, if I wanted to rate it, I guess I will rate it. I'm going to rate it a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. That's it. But, full TNA reviews will be coming back pretty soon. Next week we got live, and then after that, we got some tapings. And also next week we got Against All Odds. So, we got that. I will, probably on my, when I do my TNA review, can't talk tonight. TNA Ring of Honor review for, when I do it probably next week, I'll talk about Against All Odds. Maybe this weekend I'll do, I'm not going to do, obviously, predictions because I'm not watching Against All Odds, so we get that. But I will do, when I do the review for TNA Ring of Honor, I will talk about, a little bit about Against All Odds, and we move on. Alright, let's get to Ring of Honor. Why? Because we have to. This is my show, not yours. And, that's it. Ring of Honor, still chugging along. We're a few weeks away, about almost a month away from Final Battle. We don't even have any matches for that yet. Jeez. I just don't understand how you have the biggest pay-per-view in Ring of Honor's history, and you don't have a match yet. I think we're supposedly, allegedly, supposed to have the finals of the Women's Pure Tournament. Dina probably be defending the belt against I don't know who. Tag titles on the line, trios titles on the line, maybe the Pure title on the line for the men. TV titles, maybe for both. I don't know. We're 4 weeks away. We have zero matches. I feel like I don't even want to watch fucking Final Battle now. I mean, last year was great that it came back to New York at the Hammer scene. And I was there, too. But, I mean, this year's going to be in some rinky-dink, building in Ohio. Ohio, really. Well, good luck selling tickets to that. should stay in New York. I'm telling you now, Ring of Honor Final Battle is just New York Central. I know they went in 2015. They went to Philly. Then during the pandemic era, they were in Baltimore, the bubble basically, for a couple years. Then they were in for 3 years in a row. They were in Texas, at that rinky-dink fucking place in Garland, Texas. Then Tony Khan finally got it through his head, like, hey, bring it back to New York. After everybody in New York flooded his DMs, basically on Twitter. And he's like, okay, I will have the show in New York. It's going to be a great show, guys. I'm going to snort some cocaine. But I will never blink. Fucking guy. Anyway, we move on with that. Alright, so we open up and we have Ian Boring and the Pasta. Caprice Coleman at ringside on the call. And we are, once again, from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Alright, so Ilya Dragunov is cutting another promo, seeing who would step up to challenge him for the men's United States title, and here comes Ciampa. Like I said, Ciampa was going to come out. Unless he gets beat up and we don't have this match. Well, he comes out now. He comes out with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Well, I heard it's not going to be wrestling that much anymore because of... she gets hurt too much. So... so let's see if Ciampa actually gets the shot now. It's been denied twice. And now you got Tama Tonga, waiting in the wings. He possibly might win that belt. I feel Solo and the MFTs are going to start winning belts again. So, give Tama Tonga the U.S. title. Give, I guess Jeff Cobb and, maybe, Tonga Loa or Hikuleo the tag team titles. And then Solo maybe wins the world title. I doubt that, but... then again, if that whole thing with that leaked Royal Rumble card, not the card, but the Royal Rumble match where Solo was supposedly gonna win the match, if that is true, we could see Solo win the belt at Mania? If this against Cody, I'm all for that, but if not, then I really don't care. But so Ilya, so Ciampa wanted his shot, because, he got denied twice, and now, third time is not the charm, and now Ilya says, well, I'm not going to fight you, I'm going to fight your buddy, Johnny Gargano. And Ciampa's all pissed. Oy. I feel bad for Ciampa. I mean, this is the third week in a row that he wanted to get the United States title, and Ilya's like, well, fuck you, I don't want to fight you. I think he's scared of Ciampa. And Ilya's going to win this match. Most likely. So. Unless Ciampa... well, Ciampa's going to the back. I think the referee kicked him out. I don't know. Alright, look at that. Alright, so Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman on the call. So we start off Ring of Honor with a look back at the epic Bandito essay, the Ring of Honor World Champion, defending his title against Mascara Dorada for the second time. But the first match was always better than the second. And Bandito retained the title in an epic classic last week. So we saw that. And that's that. So we start with the opening sequence. We run down the card. We start off with the trios titles on the line. We had Shane Taylor Promotions of Golly Bravo, of the Infantry, the Captain, Sean Dean, and the big man, Shane Taylor. They take on the Work Horsemen of J.D. Drake and say his name, and he appears. I believe in Anthony Henry. And yeah, the Beef. Yeah, Beef, J.D. Drake, and Anthony Henry. take on Shane Taylor Promotions. Yeah, Shane Taylor Promotions for the 6-man tag team belts. 7-minute match. Anthony Ogogo. Where did you come from? I haven't seen you in a while. Anthony, don't wake me up before you Ogogo. Also, distraction on the floor. And then Bruce comes in with a belt shot to Beef's head. Hit him with a big, mighty drumstick or something. I don't know. Anyway, so hits him with a belt. And then the double stomp, they retain the belt. Shane Taylor Promotions retains the belts in 7 minutes. So it looks like LFI, who had the Ring of Honor tag team belts with Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, and Bruce, they're looking to maybe, add the 6-man tag team belts to their arsenal. So it might be Jalisco Rouge and the Beast Mortas. Or Sammy Guevara goes there too. I don't know. So there's going to be something with the tag team titles and maybe the 6-man tag team titles at Final Battle. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on with that. After the match, a big old beatdown. And then another trios team, Skyflight. The Scorpio Sky and Darius and Dante Martin of Top Flight. They come out for the save. So, we see what happens with that. Moving on. Speaking of Skyflight, they stay in the ring to take on Daddy Magic, Matt Maynard. Do you want to know what makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard? I don't know. You could ask him. I don't know if he does his podcast anymore, but you could have asked him if you see him. But anyway, he teams up with the Kingdom. Of all teams, the Kingdom. Wow. And that's, I'm Matt Taven. I don't know why you say that like Iron Mike Sharp, the great man that you are, sir. Iron Mike Sharp, the man that only has 2 wins on his... one of the best jobbers in the 80s, Iron Mike Sharp. Then you had Outback Jack, Tiny Kangaroo, Down Sport, Barry Horowitz, and the ever-popular, the man who should be in the Hall of Fame, Barry Dwayne Gill, and so many, Jim Powers before he actually became good. Paul Roma at the time was a jobber before he joined up with Jim Powers and then joined up with Hercules Hernandez to form Power and Glory. That was a great tag team. Power and Glory. Loved that tag team. And who knew that they were going to be tag team champions. I did not see that coming at all. And Paul Roma, God bless that man, he's like, how about me and Hercules Hernandez be a team called Power and Glory? Let's run it by Vince. I don't like it. Okay, we'll do it. Next thing you know, they're tag team champions. Oh no! So, even though, the unlikeliest of tag teams can be tag team champions. We've seen that before. Stone Cold and Triple H. Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. So many tag teams that just don't get along and they're the tag team champions for like a while. Yeah. Good shit. Alright, so this match wasn't great. 8-minute match. Mike Bennett comes back in with a Death Valley driver into just the tip for a near fall by Matt Taven on Scorpio Sky, who comes back with a TKO on Matt Maynard to get the win for the team in 8 minutes. That too. Alright, so it was a pretty decent match, and that's that. Alright, then we're going to recap of the Costco guys versus the Don Callis family with QT Marshall not being dragged into all this to help the Costco guys. And that match is going to happen at Full Gear, and I hope it's on the pre-show. If it's on the main show, you think anybody's going to sit there to watch that shit? No. That's that. Speaking of the Don Callis family, they take on the OXP, wherever that is, and Orion. Who the fuck are these guys? Or some indie schmucks from Florida. Who are you again? What do you do here? Anyway. OXP, which probably means overly extra pussy. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, OXP and Orion just get the shit beat out of him in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Should have been 3 minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? And we get that. Spinning seated Cobra Clutch gives Heichesaro the win, as it was Heichesaro and Lance Archer. Everybody dies. That's pretty much all Lance Archer does is beat up jobbers. Alright, if you want to make your money beating up jobbers for a living, go ahead. Getting paid $1,000 just to beat up jobbers. Great! I'd be like, why am I getting $1,000 every fucking whatever amount of... Anytime, Tony Khan needs me, I'm getting $1,000 to beat up some rinky-dink indie people. They get $50. I mean, come on. What do you want to take? $1,000 to beat up 2 Hammenagers, or take $50 to get beat up by a guy like Lance Archer? I take the 1,000. I don't want to get beat up by Lance Archer of all people. $50 to get beat up just for 4 minutes. Shit. I gotta pay my rent. I'm gonna get $50 just to get squashed. Come on. Come on! What are you missing? Alright, we get that. Match wasn't anything right home about. It was garbage. Alright. Then we get a look at Alex Winza! And her time with Yuna from Final Fantasy X and 10-2. That's Yuna Sakazaki, or Yuka Sakazaki. That's Takeshita's hot wife. Tiny. I mean, those Japanese chicks, I mean, they could be, my height, or a little bit, under 5'3", 5'2", 4'10", who knows? Well, damn, they get with, like, the biggest guys. They get, like, with Takeshita, they get with Okada. Have you seen his wife? Woo! I mean, Asuka, is 40-something years old, and she's Asuka, That's my wifey. And then you got Kairi and Io, who look amazing. In their 30s. I mean, you gotta love those Japanese chicks. You gotta love them. I mean, I'm not discriminating. I love my Latinas. I love my Puerto Ricanas. I don't discriminate. I'll take a Ukrainian, whatever. I mean, I don't care. But, I got a hot Mexicana in the bedroom, so, I lucked out, I guess, but, it is what it is. So we get a look at that, and then we see Alex Winza and Yuka taking on Robin Renegade and Taya Valkyrie, the unlikely of teams. Can they coexist? Well, it kind of did, for 8.5 minutes, just under 8.5 minutes. Yuna and Alex Winza get the win after, Yuna grabs a quick sliding German suplex to drop Taya Valkyrie, followed by the Magical Girl Splash. Gets the win for the team, and that's it. Decent match. Nothing great, but we're great to see Alex Winza. We get that. Alright, then we finally get confirmed that the Women's Pure Rules title tournament finals will be at Final Battle. There you go. But who's going to be in the finals? Well, we haven't even got out of the first round yet. Jeez. So, we finally get another match in the first round. Trish Adora taking on Deonna Purrazzo, who's pretty much my favorite to win next to Billy Starks. It was a pretty decent match, 7-minute match. Deonna gets the win to go on to the semifinals, where she locked in the Venus de Milo, and Trish Adora tapped out. Damn. Well, Ilya just won with Torpedo Moscow on Johnny Gargano to retain the title. That's the weirdest pin I ever seen. Oh, poor Candice LeRae. Are you okay? No, I got hit with a fucking torpedo! You dumbass. Let's see if Ciampa comes out and beats him up. Well, we might see something with Tama Tonga in the back. No, I guess not. Alright, Nick Aldis is talking to some referee. He has some, like, really winky-dink piece of paper. Like, what is this? He's reading like this. This is what I want you to do here. Reading the script. And then Sami Zayn is, you know, waiting for the referee to get out. And he's talking to Nick Aldis about, you know, trying to get cleared and getting a match. So he still wants to go, you know, be out there, you know, with his friends to, you know, to take on the MFTs and everything. But Nick Aldis is like, well, you're still not cleared. And you're a big liability to me. And basically tells Sami, just focus on getting healthy. And Sami's like, alright. And he's like, I'm not going to stand for this bullshit. I'm not going to wait any longer. What is R-Truth doing? Cena! Ron Cena's here! Oh, God. He's dressed up with the Cena gear, except for the shirt. He has a black shirt on. So he's basically thinking that he has, he's putting his name in the freaking, the Tumblr to see if he can fight his older brother, John Cena. That's hilarious. He put balls on his hand. That's disgusting. And then Nick is like, your name is already in the Tumblr, you idiot! He's a... As much as people want him to leave, and he's just there for comedy relief, like Tozawa is and Otis is. You know, they're just there for comedy relief, like Santino is for TNA. I'm gonna put my name in the Tumblr, dog! You're already in there! Oh. My bad. Alright, now we get a recap of what Jade did, turning heel on Tiffany Stratton 2 weeks ago, and then destroying Tiffy Tiff on Saturday's main event. We're working on that bad leg of Tiffy Tiff. Just now she's the new champ. We're going to hear from her tonight, so we'll get that. Alright, back to Ring of Honor we go, and yeah, Deonna Purrazzo goes to the semifinals. I don't know who she's gonna face, but, she gets the win by tapping out Trish Adora with the Venus de Milo, and that's it. Let me move on. Alright, then we got mixed tag team action. As we got Aaron Solo Mibuki. He teams up with my girl Angelica, not Angelica, Angelica Risk, the twerk machine. Oh, she twerks like, oh, she can twerk on my dick all night long. Anyway, they take on Marina Shafir and William Utah, the guy that scares himself. This match wasn't anything right home, about a 4-minute match. And basically, William Utah didn't even do anything. That's a good thing. He did, he double stomps, and Helga gets up, back to Aaron Solo, who double stomps William Utah, and then all 4 people in the ring, and Helga gets caught in mother's milk, and she taps out. Every time she's on Ring of Honor, it's like Viva Van, they lose. And they're such great people on the indie circuit. Like Miranda Alizé. They bring her in, she gets maybe a couple wins when she first came in the Ring of Honor, and then we don't see her for a while. Now she's back with her girlfriend, Tegan Nox. And they get destroyed by Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir last week on Collision. I mean, seriously? In the tag team tournament? Why hadn't been in the tournament then? Oh, we have them as a mystery team. You could get somebody... I mean, yeah, I understand you need another tag team, but why you put them in the tag team tournament as a mystery team to take on pretty much almost the favorites to win now. Because I thought it was going to be Mercedes and Athena. Oh, no! They got beat by Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale. Who saw that coming? I didn't have that in my bingo card. I guess there's final battle right there. Athena versus Mercedes. Oh, God, Mercedes is the one to beat Athena and end her over 1,000-day reign. Almost 1,100 days now. Oh, please, no. No! Anybody but 12 belts, Monet. Please, for the love of all that is holy. If she becomes a Ring of Honor Women's Champion, I'm done with Ring of Honor. I am done. I cannot watch Ring of Honor with her as champ. I said it before and I say it again. It should have been Billy Starkz 2 years ago. And last year. But they want to make Athena this big Roman Reigns style champion. She's getting there. She got about 300 and under 300 days now to go to kind of get to Roman territory. Roman at 1316 and Athena's at 1,000 and I don't even know. Let's fire up the old Twitter, not Twitter, the old Google machine. How long has Athena been Ring of Honor Women's Champion? Well, they don't have exactly. It was over 1,000 days. They don't have the exact number. She reached 1,000 on September the 5th. So that's 2 months. So it's 1,000, getting close to 1,100. Because you add 60 days plus 2. So it's 1,062 official days as Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Wow. So she's got 200 and, do the math here, 274 more days to tie Roman for the longest title reign in wrestling history for the last couple years. I don't think she's going to get it. I don't think so. It'll be really nice, but for a woman, I'm just saying, not, for a man, because that's never going to get eclipsed. For the men. For women, nobody's going to beat Athena's record. Nobody. I can't see anybody on the Ring of Honor women's roster right now to do that. You would think Mercedes now, but, yeah. Who wants to see Mercedes with that belt for 1,100 plus days? I don't. She has 12 belts for God knows how long. Oy, oy, oy. Alright, so William Buell and Marina Shafir get the win in 4 minutes, and I didn't give a crap. Alright, then we're going to look back at Bandito bringing his grandmama to see him for the first time. And we see that video package from Dynamite, or Collision too. And then another garbage match. The big Jolly Green Giant, Satnam Singh, beats this guy named Gino Adonis. Gino! In under 2 minutes. Moving on. And that's that. Alright, Fraxium is talking to Gargano and Ciampa after Gargano lost to Ilya. I don't understand this whole thing between Fraxium and Gargano and Ciampa. I know it's for the tag team titles, I understand that, but now they always come in and say, you guys, we're sorry that you lost. But didn't you lose to Ilya too? Hypocrites. Is that Solo? I think Solo's coming out. Or is it Ray Phoenix? No, it's Ray Phoenix. Who's he taking on again? I forget. Oh yeah, Ray Phoenix is taking on Hikuleo tonight. Oh no, it's Jade. I keep getting their entrances mixed up. But we're gonna hear from Jade. A storm is here. Yo, she got a spiked bra on, dude. Oh my. Oh. It feels like Demolition's coming out. Remember when Demolition had the spikes on the mask? Back in the late 80s, early 90s? That was the shit. And then they ripped off, basically they ripped off the Legion of Doom with the spikes on their, on their pads, so they had, we'll one up them, we're gonna have spikes on our fucking mask. And now women are kind of getting into it, like, I'm gonna have a spiked bra. Come here, you! Ah! That'd be a great fatality in Mortal Kombat. The motorboat of death, basically. She takes somebody like Jade. Jade takes like Melina or Katana from Mortal Kombat. She said, "Finish her!" He grabs her and goes, pfft, and takes her head, smashes it right into her titties. That'd be great. That'd be a great fucking fatality. And if you do it to a guy too, but I'm a sick man. Anyway, Alright, we got that. Alright, so yeah, Satnam Singh beats this guy named Gino Adonis in under 2 minutes. Big deal. Alright, then we can look at the Swirl. Blake Christian and Lee Johnson annoying Jay Lethal. Like machismo! Ooh, yeah! Dig it. Speaking of the Swirl, they take on Willie Mack, the man with a big old afro, and Alex Zane. I mean, it wasn't a bad match, per se. Great to see Willie Mack. As always, a good guy. That was it? Huh? Uh-oh. So, Jay comes out, says, I'm putting the women's division on notice. And then she leaves. And then she's going to the back, she's holding up the title, and then Charlotte Flair comes out. And they're going to do that match. Oh, God forbid. And Charlotte might win her 15th title. And Charlotte's going to take on Nia. Woo! Jax. Right now. Oh, they're jaw-jacking. Oh, yeah, they're jaw-jacking. They're jaw-jacking. They're jaw-jacking. And Charlotte's like, oh, shut up, bitch. And then she just, walked past her. And Jay's like, you son of a bitch, I'll kill you. And then Charlotte's just, doing her entrance right in front of Jade. Jade's still jaw-jacking. Oh, boy. I mean, Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Charlotte was about to go up to Jade, and Jade's, ready to go. Let him go! And Lexi's like, no, you got a match coming up. Oy, man. So it looks like maybe at Survivor Series they do Jade versus Charlotte. I doubt it, though, but you never know. Well, it's been a pretty decent SmackDown for the first 45 minutes. Anyway, back to Willie Mack and Alex Zane taking on the Swirl. The Swirl get the win after Lee Johnson Lee Johnson hits a Death Valley driver on Alex Zane, while Blake Christian adds a top rope double stomp, or like a coup de grace per se. And they get the win in under 11.5 minutes. Pretty much the match of the night. Not bad. Alright, after that, we get to a non-title proving ground match under Pure Rules, as the Pure Champion Lee Moriarty gives Commander, the former Ring of Honor TV champion, a shot at the title. If Commander survives the 10-minute time limit, or wins, he gets a future title shot. And it was a pretty good match. 10-minute time limit, actually, so it ends in a tie. So, Commander gets a future Pure Rules title match, probably at Final Battle. Is he gonna win? Probably not. But good match, though. Good match. They trade roll-ups until Lee Moriarty gets a choke with 35 seconds left. Commander flipped out of that, ties up an arm and leg, and then the time ran out. So we get that. So probably do a rematch for Final Battle. I don't know if there's gonna be a time limit with. I don't think there's gonna be maybe a 60-minute time limit. I don't know. I forget how the Pure Rules time limits are. I think it's 25 minutes, something like that. That's it. Alright. We get that, and then after the match, you rarely see this from Lee Moriarty. We've got a code of honor. You'll love to see that. So, we're going to run this back at Final Battle. And I can't wait for that. That's probably going to be one of the matches I really want to see. If it does happen at Final Battle. But, like I said, we don't even have a card yet, so. But that's probably going to be one of the matches at Final Battle. And then the Women's Pure Rules title finals. Probably Deanna Purrazzo and Billy Starks, most likely. That's 2. Bandito's probably going to defend the title against I don't know who. That's 3. Athena might defend. That's 4. Tag titles, trios titles. 6, maybe 7, 8 matches. I think all the titles are going to be on the line. Then again, who knows? And then the ridiculous 50 matches on the pre-show. Final Battle might go like 5 hours. It's just insane. Why would Final Battle go 5 hours? I don't want to stay there for 5 hours at the Hammerstein. I mean, even with, Rampage taping. Ugh, forget that, man. That was a long weekend. That was a lot of wrestling to get through. And almost losing your voice half on every show. But a good birthday present. You'll say. Anyway, not this year though. I wish it was at the Hammerstein this year, but not. It is what it is. But we get that. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to watch the last hour of SmackDown. I will be back later. Probably maybe an hour or 2 after SmackDown. We'll talk about, speaking of talking about Ring of Honor. We did talk about Ring of Honor. Talk about AEW. We'll talk about that. After that, we'll do your AEW review over on my Peter Joseph channel. We'll talk about SmackDown tomorrow. Early tomorrow afternoon. And then, that's pretty much it. And then we'll talk about Collision probably late Saturday night, and then Sunday probably taking a day off. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, Chelsea Green is here with Alba Fire, talking about her match with Julia for the women's U.S. title. And then B-Fab and Mia Yim come in and start, jaw-jacking and shit. Chelsea in her Mexicana gear, because she's one half of the mixed tag team champions with Mr. Ethan Page. I guess all the cream got off her, you know what I mean? Oh, Jay's behind him. Uh-oh. I think Chelsea was saying some bad shit about Jade, and Jade's like, you want to run that by me again? Oh, you opened your big mouth! And she's like, Alba, please! Basically like, Alba, we gotta go. And then Jade going into the women's locker room, and then B-Fab and Mia Yim start talking about Jade. Jade comes back out and says, you want to run that by me again? I think we're going to get Jade and B-Fab. Uh-oh. Well, basically, if you have a problem, step up and get stepped on next week in the ring. Huh? So we got Jade versus B-Fab next week. Oh, that's going to be a banger. We got that. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Both shows get 6.5 out of 10 stars. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.